Okay, welcome everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming back. It's just me right now. Hopefully AJ will pop in, um, and Leafy. But got a lot of things to talk about. Um, the update, the DLC, and what do we expect after this? Did this DLC save Undisputed? I mean, did it save Still City? So we got a lot to talk about. Let me check and see, do I got anybody on my YouTube? Okay. All right, YouTube is up. Let me let people know we're live. Really appreciate y'all coming back. I know I'm not as organized as I should be, but you know, you learn. I'm learning. Let me see. Yeah, I pulled that a friend of mine, Don D. But he had family matters, and family always comes before anything. Yeah, so I was like, I know that would have been a good interview. Not so much an interview, we just would have been talking. You know, the way I be talking on the show anyway. Let me see. Yeah, I got some questions I want to ask a couple of people too. Go on. What? Let me see. I hate being. Oh, there goes somebody. Boxing champion. Salute to you too. I appreciate you coming to the show. Um, I'm trying to let everybody else know the show started. I don't know if I'm gonna have my co-host, so it's okay. I can handle it. I can ask y'all questions because I haven't played the game in a while, so I was depending on my co-host because he plays the game and stuff, so he fills me in on things. And I ain't even been watching videos. I'd have had more to talk about if I actually watch some YouTube videos. A lot of people be like, "Bro, you gotta play the game." No, I don't. If I could watch people play the game and I can see what's wrong with it, me playing the game myself is not gonna do anything at all. Just gonna make me get more angry. Make no sense. So what did you think about the update in the DLC? Oh, there go AJ. Yeah, boxing champions. What you think about the update in the DLC? Let me see. I don't know why my talk shoe is hazy. It got a haze to it. Let me see. E-Boxing Champion said a little disappointed that the focus is still on additional boxes and not on holistic fixes. Facts. I agree. That's what they're doing. They keep putting the paint on the car. They put more. And nobody they're like, people start getting satisfied. They're like, oh, we got Manny Pacquiao. And they forget everything else that's wrong with the game. Oh, we got this guy. And I'm starting to see people like they liking the was Luke Fiasco and what's the other guy name? I forget his name. But they like liking how they're playing the game. So that like right there, like you giving them a door to open that shouldn't be open at all. I don't mind them being in the game, but let them be down in the game that you put up most of the heavyweight, the heavy hitter, the major boxers in the game. Or you could put like one, I guess it makes sense for free because they don't want to give away all the major boxers for free because they gotta pay these guys. That's what I keep telling people. A lot of it goes in one ear and come out the other. And it makes me mad with the content creators. We need free. We everything we need free, 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 free. Come on, man. Stop being cheap, man. You're a content creator. Stop being cheap. That's how we getting boxers. I know this for a fact. If they weren't paying boxers and everybody keep acting like they're EA, you can't put the same pressure on this company that you put on EA. All these free boxes and stuff, that's an EA thing. EA could have had free boxes. They could have had more boxers. Realize EA only had 60 boxers. Realize that Steel City has 3 or 4 times more boxers than EA had. People don't see that. They're always looking for a handout. They look for something for free. I know the game broken and you feel like, well, if it's broken, they should be giving us something for free. That means they're still going to have to pay those boxers and they go into their budget. Everybody keep looking at, well, they sold 1 million copies. That disappeared real quick. That disappears real quick if you do your math. Let me see. Boxing Champion said, I got no problem at all with the boxers getting paid. What irks me is the piss poor representation of boxing itself. Exactly. And you repeating what I'm saying. I mean, literally be saying. If the boxers represented themselves and the boxing represented itself better in the game, a lot of us wouldn't feel that way. But it's still people that if everything was right in this game, you still had these people that want a free boxer, want free boxers, and they think the high profile boxers should be free. That's crazy. Subleafy, the only free thing from SCI should be the updates. Exactly. The base roster is good as is. I'm waiting for more stable gameplay. The game is better this update, but I feel like we can do better. Yeah, I heard that from a couple of people too. We need ref in the ring tendencies, completely new animations, better physics, revamped gameplay mechanics. Exactly. We need all that plus some. It's like Steel City, like they pull these people in and they hustle Ash. They hustled the owner because he didn't know that much of, well, he didn't know anything about game development. And that's another thing I've been trying to tell people. They acting like Ash been in the industry for decades. Dad, Ash actually been in the industry for half a decade, 5 years. But still, he doesn't know anything about the industry. He depended on other people that's in the industry. And that can people can manipulate you because you don't know the industry. E-boxing champions. I just don't think SCI is capable of any of these things. I don't think it's about them being capable. I think it's about certain people on the team and certain they don't want to put the effort into putting these things in. And it's it messes up the flow of the game for them. Yeah. What's up, AJ Backs?
Check 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much. I was just telling them because yeah, Ash don't get no passes, but they saying that they're not capable. The team is not capable of doing certain things in the game. I don't think that's the case. I think they're intentionally leaving certain things out. It's not that they don't know about how to do it, or they're capable of doing it. And then if they're not capable of doing it, then they supposed to get rid of that person and find somebody that can do it. That's why it made me mad that Ash, he said that when he told the team about all his ideas, they said he was over ambitious. So what? He's the owner of the company. Never question the owner like that. What you
Well,
think?
I don't know. Like I'm thinking more right now from uh, how can it, what can it do right now that we know it's capable of doing? To clean up the clean up. I don't even want to say the loose ends. I want to say like some obvious things in the gameplay issues right now. How can you clean that up? And I find that uh, um like when you were saying, what context did you mean? You were talking about what? In what context? Before I confuse the whole thing.
No, I was talking about how people they I want to say for defend the developers, but they're saying that they can't do certain things. It's a lot of people there that's capable. They even with the new guy
Okay.
that they hired from EA, he's
Uh-huh.
like the team leader. He knows the industry. He knows to get rid of this person and add this person.
So wait. So when we say they can't do things, are we talking about what is the community saying right now? Like, are they? Is it something from a to get it more towards the sport of boxing, or are we talking about like what are we? Wh- that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like I have
Like
something that
when
I have something about that. I have something about the gameplay right now that I feel like, but
yeah,
it's not really the sport of boxing or to say okay, it's missing the mechanic. It's something that Steel City should be able to fix without having to like I don't know. So like what their game testers or what their I guess their devs like what they're like how do they take in information and then send it off to the programmers after to fix the game like but so here's one thing I'm seeing since this update 2.0. This whole thing where you hit the taunt button, you know, is that part of boxing?
hitting the
Is
top button.
No, okay, you know when you taunt somebody in the game, just like in Fight Night
Mm-hmm.
Champion, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
part of boxing? Is that can it be used as a strategy?
What does the top
Like
button do? Because I haven't been playing
it.
in a while.
So depending on your boxer or whatever, it could he might do a fist pump, he might do a little dance, whatever. You know what I mean? Something to annoy your opponent. It's not a punch. It's not a defensive maneuver. It's a taunt. You might you're egging your opponent on, then that kind of stuff. Fight Night Champion had it as well.
Yeah. See, I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this, but it's boxing.
Okay.
Because I
So
don't fought people that was doing crazy stuff, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing?
okay, so watch this now.
Because everybody's not
So
gonna. Everybody want everything to be uniform. Everything's not gonna be
right.
uniform when you fight, but there's certain things that supposed to be in the perimeters of a boxing match.
Okay. Oh, I just saw E-Box and Shabby. Put it into context now what he's talking about. But anyways, this is still gonna be good, what we're saying right now. So okay, so it should be in. Fine. My issue right now with the taunt is that all you hear, all the fucking the I guess the top content creators that CSI aligns himself with, right? Everyone's talking
Mm-hmm.
about desync, right? Right
Yeah.
now, with the taunt button, using the taunt on the directional pad, you know, on the D-pad, you could do your old taunts, whatever, right? Since I'm gonna say
Yeah.
version 1.2, and I'm gonna say even maybe version 1.1 was there. When you hit the taunt button, it creates it glitches the game. It creates like a visible shield around the guy, or the guy might teleport. That's another funny thing that happens. So what's happening? Guys are using taunt as a way to it's almost like a defense mechanism. It's like a defensive system now. They'll throw a combination taunt, and then when you come back, you can't hit them because either they're gonna teleport or there's a visible shield around them that doesn't allow you to punch them. So the whole thing is now that itself is adding more desync to the game.
Yeah.
I sent Steel City. I sent them a couple of tweets. I sent them a couple of tweets like, why don't you guys just disable the ability to do that? Because if you guys are trying to really listen to the community and try to figure ways how to improve the gameplay, reduce the frequency of desync or things that are going to cause desync, disable the fucking the taunt system. You don't need it. Disable it until you guys figure out how to bring it back in and it's not causing desync or causing bugs. But right now, it's sad, man. You're playing the game and you're seeing guys using the taunt button as a way to get away from a beating. You know what I mean? It's like that's what it's being used for right now. So that's what I was saying. Like, is it something? Is by disabling taunts in the meantime? Is that going to break the gameplay? I think it's going to improve the gameplay because it's doing something. It's doing something wrong to the game right now. And this has been going on for a year.
Yeah.
So like going back to that thing you're talking about, did the devs listen? I don't know what the fuck the devs are doing. I don't know even what their game testers are doing. But how does something like that keep on going on for? It just keeps on snowballing into the next version, the next update. How come they can't address it? If they're concerned about trying to stabilize the gameplay, why is something like so game breaking like that? Like the only thing I can see why you would have that is if you're going to sell emotes after. The taunts are just like Fortnite, where you do little dances and little things like that, right? Is it because they
Yeah.
want to? They're just trying to figure out a way to make. Is that how they're going to make money? Maybe in the future, I don't know. But it's just stupid, man. That it's breaking the gameplay, and they don't. And I have to.
And that's the
like,
what's called. That's the the play testers. They I'm like, they should fire them jokers and get a whole new group in there. The play testers don't care.
I said Raxzilla. I'm now since Raxzilla opened up. I'm setting out. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Is he part of that? Is he part of it? Why they leave something that's so that's messy? They just had that Vegas thing. They're talking about desync, and here the community's telling you for a year now this is causing desync. Why would you disable it?
Yeah, he part of all the moves that's being made, but he trying to so-called distance himself from it. Nah,
But Paul, what I wanted was why? How can that keep on making it past the testing? Like, how is that incompetence, or is this there has to be a reason why?
it's like they trust the play testers so much, and that's crazy. That means you're not going behind them to make sure.
Yo, you know who released the video? I was watching the Orion Combat guy. What's it called? He does it off the Stanley Kubrick.
Clockwork.
What's it called? Orange Clockworth Orange Combat Orion. But he just dropped a video, I think today or yesterday. I just watched this now. And he highlighted the taunt. How guys are using the taunt, the boxing with the taunt, so you can't hit them. It's like they're
Yeah,
able to invoke in desync. So yeah, so I don't know, man. It's just but that's where my head is right now with this since this update 2.0, just seeing that these things keep on happening. And
yo,
you know why?
Leafy,
Hey,
check it out.
and you know why
Check
it's
it out.
happening? Yeah.
Yeah, but check this out. Leafy said Will Kinsler's name is no longer in the credits, by the way, as gameplay authenticity director. Yo, that's
But he still
crazy.
works there. He still works there. It's like, was he just doing? I don't know. What he can't just. His name has to,
You
so,
can't
but
hide.
his name has to be there because he was part of it. Unless they want to say it was a mistake.
Yeah, they they're trying to escape from the backlash.
Hey, I wonder how many people in the Discord that have told them about this taunt desync issue. I wonder how many people have been kicked out of the Discord so they could just censor that information.
Yeah, that's a good something good to know. I wonder who Leafy, you still be in the Discord, you ain't hear nothing? Esports boxing, you I don't know why I keep calling esports, but you still in the Discord? No, Will still got that title. He got it on LinkedIn. I'll be back in a minute. All right. Beast and I were talking. He told me about the on the on LinkedIn. He's still there. He still got that title. Oh, you left the Discord again? Let
What
me see
happened?
something. He probably did one of my moves, leave before they kicked him out, because he probably was saying something.
Who's that?
Leafy, pound for pound.
Oh, I'm just trying to find that video. Where is it here? I'm trying to remember exact. I just saw it. I thought the fact that somebody's highlighting that they're showing they're showing the CSI people that you're getting like this is a simple fix, man.
Yeah. After being Leafy said, after being timed out for talking about Steve's and being told to bring my concerns only to Shep
Oh, yeah.
and not talk about them in the Discord, I'm not going to be in the Discord. Dad, so technically you cannot say anything bad about the game unless you talk to Jay Shep or Saf. You don't talk bad about the game in the Discord. That's crazy. Yo, I'm talking about control. They trying to
But
keep
yo,
this game alive. This was their last hurrah.
but well, last one, yo. So I found the title. So check out this video by it's called a Clockworth Orion Combat. Playing Undisputed is a nightmare. The worst Undisputed experience ever. Halloween special. Watch him show, like watch the fucking taunt glitch there. And this has been going on for I'm gonna say a year now, and they don't want to fix it, man. We have to play like that. Also, too, I was watching on Box Eye Views. He dropped a video, I think, today. He was showing how he already played a hacker. He's saying he played his first hacker, but I'm surprised. Well, I think he just started playing on Steam, really. That's why. Because when I played on Steam before from
Yeah.
beta, I was playing hackers and beta. From beta all the way to 1.0, 1.2. They brought out the new, what's it called? I forgot the name of the what do you call it? The anti, what do you call it? Not the anti-hack, the anti-cheat system they use. That was broken from a version 1.1 when they dropped it. I forgot what the name of it, but it's been dead since, man. So like the thing is this now, they cannot they'll never be able to fix the hacking on Steam. But I figure like to in terms of the crossplay right now, right? I like crossplay. I think it's a good thing, but I can't understand why they want to force crossplay that I don't have the option now who I want to crossplay with. It's either crossplay or no crossplay. I really just want a setting where, okay, I just want to crossplay between the consoles because I know the consoles, if you jailbreak the system, you can't go on the network. On Steam, what are you going to do on Steam? You know, there's no jailbreak on Steam. It's playing on Windows. You can't, there's like, it's not the same, Steam is really meant to distribute games and play, but when it comes down to playing online gaming, it's not really designed I would say to prevent cheating.
Yeah, but PC in general, yeah, but PC they're known like games they known to be hacks and stuff like that. It's like they're
Yeah, but
easier because they're not monitored like the games
because it's Windows.
consoles.
Yeah, because it's Windows 11. It's Windows 10, Windows 11, right? If you want that kind of layer of security, that's how then you have to go play Xbox. That's how Microsoft does it. And if you don't want to play again, you come and play PlayStation. But that's the whole thing about consoles. It has a layer of security.
They could yeah, because they could like for as Xbox, they could localize it, but for the PC, it's more. It's too much for them to try to
it's too much. They can't do nothing. And the only way they'll be able to solve it, if Steel City comes out with their own, they're going to design their own proprietary kind of system to prevent it. But obviously, they're not going to. You can't do that. You know what I mean? The whole idea is that you're hoping for somebody else to build the product to help it, right? Yo, pound for pound boxing game says they may have anti-cheat, but I know in the Discord they've discussed they don't. Okay, so going back, I don't think there's anti-cheat, JPAX. Yes, exactly. There is anti-cheat. Like when you install Undisputed on Steam, you'll see this thing flash across the screen, the name of the anti-cheat system you're using, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You could still go and get those same the trainers. What's the name? WeMods. You could get all that shit still and run it, man. It from day one. It doesn't work. You can't work it. But you cannot take that shit. You can't take the Wii mods and hack trainers and bring it to PS5 or Xbox. You can't do it. Especially PS5.
They're not really trying to fix it. Because they know it's gonna take money. It's gonna take a lot of money.
Right, but what I'm saying, why are they forcing the community with such a toggle that either you could play crossplay or you can't? Why is it that difficult to say that I want to play crossplay, but I want to exclude Steam from my crossplay? Is it that difficult?
That's them being lazy. That's them being lazy.
The only good thing they did was at least they give. It's a pro con that whole lobby code thing. I hated it, man. I really dislike that lobby code from playing Steam because Steam doesn't have a proper. They don't have the same like the way how we do it on PlayStation or Xbox. How you could how you play people and add people to your party. It's not as sophisticated on Steam, right? But yeah. Yeah,
I heard that the console they basically got that localized like setup. It seemed like
for the you mean a security?
They say it's not like No, like when it comes to like when you want to play against somebody, it's not set up like other games. It's like
Well, on
generic. Like say you
console,
looking for somebody to play.
well, here on console, the biggest difference on console, we don't have to type in a we don't have to type in a code. We don't have to type in codes. But now with this whole crossplay, and
Oh,
because
okay, okay, okay. So
they're
I'm just
forcing us
mixing
to
it up then,
either,
because I was wondering what's
yeah,
going on. I'm like, gotta type in the code to play.
but we have the code now because it's good for YouTube streamers as well. It's easier for people to jump into your game, I guess, if you want them. But I don't know, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's just
they had to
messed
make
up.
sure that looked good because that's their money. The YouTubers is their money.
Well, the whole thing is they're trying
They
to
got
all the content creators, all the content creators, they want to play on their super rigs. They want to play the super rig, so they're not really. I don't think they're really pushing to have like what I'm saying about how the cross, like giving us options for crossplay, right? That's
yeah.
taking a precedence over how the the top two content creators for this game. They're taking precedence over how they want to play the game. They want to play it on their maxed out super rigs, man.
Yeah, it's like Steel City, like they took options in general away from fans. Like you don't have options like other games have options. And Steel City don't give you options to do certain things, and that's crazy.
And the thing
You,
is too, they don't give the options, but at the same time, you would think if they did it, is it gonna break the game? And a lot of these things are not wouldn't break games.
and that's crazy to be saying that 5 years later that something will break the game. And then you know what's wrong with the game, but you gotta still try to make money off of it. But you're not gonna make money off it because fans, I keep telling them, fans are not 5 year olds, and this is not new technology. That was back in the days when, hey, new technology, I'm gonna buy anything. People not doing that no more, especially with this economy. So I
Well,
don't know where Steel City is gonna be, in the next couple of months, as far as this game. They gotta
well,
bring some Tyson and Mayweather out, and fans to eat it up. Mayweather could only he could have anybody move sets and people still be happy just because of the name. Tyson the same thing. Nobody will say anything. Tyson could
yo,
have the same move set that Wilder got, and people won't say nothing.
check this out. The recent DLC. So they're giving us these celebrity. They're giving us celebrity people, right? They're giving us the celebrity
Mm-hmm.
people. How much time and energy does it take to get those celebrity people versus if they would have went out and got how come we don't have Layla Ali in the game?
Facts.
How come
Because I remember
what
I
why
actually talked to her. I actually talked to Lil Ali, and she said no, she don't want to be in no game. But her thing
why
was because round for round messed her up, and I hate that game because it messed up a lot of game. I mean, boxes that we could have had in the game, round for round.
round for round came out? What's that? That's a Steam game. It came out.
No, round for round was the game that I was helping the company make. They round for round was basically the company name,
But
and
you
they
said
they
okay,
didn't.
so Layla wasn't involved in that, and because of that, was she's
No,
locked into something with them that we can't.
no, I talked to her, and she didn't like how the game was being made because she said she saw it as a scam. She said, "No, no, I don't want to be in the game." So
What
then when I
yo?
asked her again, I came back and asked her about, and it was bad that I asked her again for
Oh,
Undisputed. So she's like, "Oh, this joker, he's trying to hustle," but that wasn't the
well,
case.
well, right now, I think this is the best time for Layla Ali to jump on this game because with all the hype that's going on with that those videos she dropped, and then the response video from Clarissa Shields.
Yeah,
I want to see Layla Ali in the game, man. I want to see her. I want to see her in the game. Fuck.
Yeah, me too. I want to see Ann Wolf too. What's up,
Yes.
PLO617? Appreciate you for coming through. Let me see. Yeah, where are all the female boss? It's a lot out there that they
What
didn't
what what
add.
what do you make of that too? So Leila Ali's missing. They never. You don't think they don't want Ann Wolf in the game? Like, or these are just, or this is just
It's like they're not
a
really
decade
approaching it.
generation. These are fighters from a generation, a decade that they don't study. Then
Yeah, it shows how much they look at certain things. But she would have been a great addition to the roster. Her and Ann Wolf and what's her name, Christy Martin. Yeah, there's a lot of
yeah,
boxers that they
Christy
could have
Barton
added.
too. Like, oh man, there's a lot of names, but they're focusing on Lupe Fiasco and Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, I guess they've the way Ash take pictures. I mean, take scans of everybody. He got content creators like what's his name? I forget his name, but they got content creators. They don't took photos of and stuff and motion captures and all that, and they're gonna probably be in the game at some point. But
It's
my
funny.
thing, drop one, don't drop two.
Hmm. Let me ask you something. How does the whole on YouTube and product reviews? Is there some kind of how does the disclosure work? Because remember, all this stuff has advertising gets embedded into it afterwards. All the YouTube advertising, such as right. But isn't there like what is the rules behind? I should have did a little bit more research in it. But what is like the rules behind that?
What do you mean the rules?
Well, the thing is, okay, okay, let's look at it from this lens. So you see, let's say a product review, right? Somebody has an ice cream maker. They have an
Yeah,
ice cream maker, and either you could go and do the ice cream, you go buy it yourself and do the review, and then therefore it is what you call a true non-biased review. But then the other kind of review is that the manufacturer sends you a version of it, you know what I mean, a prototype of it, and then they let you sit down, test it out, and then you do a review on it. But in those cases, you have to disclose that the company sent you it.
oh, I never been through that or saw that happen. I never heard of that
No, okay.
the way you explained it. But my thing is that um I heard JMMA say one time that they'll give them a model to play with, and then they'll give the other the game testers a different model. And I said that's
Okay.
crazy. It's like they like being deceptive.
Well, okay. So running off that deceptive now, let's just say we turn it into video game testing or doing a product review on a video game. The distributor sends them. They send the reviewers copies of the game, codes, whatever. You know what I mean? They get to
Mhm.
test it out. But here's the thing now: how can you trust a reviewer of a game for them to come out and say that, oh well, although I got these gifts and they give me this and they give me that, how can you actually trust their review that it's not going to be biased because you're receiving gifts?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
don't you think that if you're sending gifts, if you're sending it a prototypes for them to test out, and then the reviewer turns around and says this is a big bag of shit, you know what I mean? And every time you're saying this is a big bag of shit, eventually they're not going to send you prototypes to test anymore because you're fucking up their money supply.
Yeah,
You're giving their game a bad reputation kind of thing, right? So this is the thing. It's funny right now with the whole Undisputed game. A lot of the content creators they're getting codes. They're like I think the recent DLC pack. All they're getting it for free. Everybody because of who
yeah,
they are, they get it for free. But how can you now? How can you trust those content creators to give you the facts now? Like, listen how
yeah,
I'm talking about the game. I'm talking because I'm not getting paid by them, right? So I
yeah,
could freely say what I want to say, and I have no repercussions because I don't have a business relationship with them. So like this is the one thing I think the community doesn't really understand the business relationship and how it's gonna skew these reviews of the Undisputed boxing game. This is perhaps one of the reasons why we can't even get rid of taunt glitch out of the game for a year now. Who knows? Because you're not gonna say anything that's gonna alienate yourself and that business relationship.
So what you think about Pride when what Pride was saying? He was
What
talking his junk about the company, but he said they still give him stuff. They let him talk freely.
Well, that's the thing. So, okay, the video. Okay, I think the video by Proxys, right? It come out maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't
Yeah,
remember the exact title of the video, but in the opening of the video, I think in the first 34 seconds, he says, thank you, staff. Staff is one of the staff members at under Steel City Inc.
yeah,
Thank that individual for hooking him up with the with the Undisputed Championship edition. You know what I mean? So here's
yeah,
the thing: you have this top reviewer, he's getting this shit for free. How can you? So there has to be a line in terms of how much he knows exactly how much he could say, right? In terms of, until he burns, you don't want to burn no bridges.
yeah.
So you can't
But
you
I don't
can't trust
see.
you can't.
Yeah, but I can't see. He was saying some stuff. I was like, oh, he was saying some stuff, but I'm like, how do he keep that balance to keep himself from getting in trouble? Because he was saying a lot of stuff. I was like, yo,
I
they
think
messing up.
there's an art. There's definitely an art to do it. But I think the main thing is they can't just they can't just come out outright and can like really crucify. They could, I don't know, man. I gotta see how they. There's an art to it, man. There's an art to it. It's just being slick.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what's
Because even
interesting?
JMMA be saying stuff. I be like, yo, they gonna kick him out. They ain't gonna want to deal with him. But he know how to structure. He know how to structure what he's saying. And sometimes they don't
And
care
that's
what.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
sometimes
you
they
know
don't
what?
care
Now,
what he's doing.
and then next, talking about all the content creators now. Just kind of on a side note, I was watching King Diaz. Is King Diaz? Let me see here. I saw an interesting video by him. Where is it there?
Pound for Pound
Yes.
said that. Remember when Showbiz reviewed Undisputed and said it was the best combat sports game ever? Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Then he changed that quickly. Guess they
Here it is.
weren't giving him a check.
King 12 Diaz. He dropped the video 4 days ago. It's titled "The New Undisputed Championship Update Made Me Crash Out." I watched that video, and what
I
I
watched
found
that
interesting.
video.
You
I
what
watched that
what I
video.
found.
Well, I want to hear your opinion. I watched the video, and I was crashing out on him.
Well, what I found hilarious was he was talking about um he was talking about the issue that the community's having now, and he was showing it in the video. He's talking about the loose movement now, right? He's talking about how
Yeah,
people are using loose movement so they could just run around. They could just run, and then for you, there's no boxing. You're not going to engage. You could just it's just like they're using the loose movement for the wrong reason, kind of thing, right? But the thing is, the energy he had and how he was talking about it, and then put in the game in a negative light about the loose movement now. I said, where's that energy when they were sitting at the Vegas Crater with
exactly.
Ash Habib and Will Kisner within arm's reach of you? How come
Facts.
nobody? Where was that energy telling them? And this is what I'm saying. It comes back. It's the things like the loose movement is affecting the gameplay or the taunt glitch I was talking about. But nobody's telling them, and when they're within arm's reach of these people, they're sitting in the room with them. They could smell the fucking farts coming out of Will Kilsner's ass, and they're not saying anything. The energy's not there. One of the things I heard why they can't do it is because it's you can't be the same way you are, I guess, on a YouTube broadcast, right? Versus now
Mm.
you're in person with them. But I don't know, man. I feel like they could have done it. I felt that they could have really. This was the time that you're sitting in front of these big boys here, and they didn't do it, man. But they're coming now and they're bashing the game. They could. It's like. Do you think now that by bashing the game, that's gonna fix the game? Versus you were in front of the freaking. You're in front of the. You know what I think about that Vegas creator meetup? It's almost like you ever watch The Matrix, or you watch a movie, Space Odyssey 2001, and you finally make it to the back room with the developer. You know what I mean? They found
Yeah,
the back door, and now you've just escaped this reality, and you're with them now. And they had the
yeah,
opportunity, and nothing came from it. Instead,
yeah,
it's just a bunch of rant videos now.
yeah. Yeah, my thing is with King Diaz 12, he wants an arcade game. I can literally hear what he says. He wants the game to be arcade. Then everybody's not asking for the right things. Everybody keeps saying, well, the people running, the boxers running in the ring. Why aren't you asking for things that stop a boxer from running? Because you don't know boxing. Yeah, I'm right now, I'm gatekeeping. You don't know boxing. When somebody run from you, which they had in the game at one time, you could chase the person. You can actually run after the person. You could cut the ring off. That's what cutting the ring off should have been. But they don't have them things in the game. They're asking for the wrong thing. No, they should stop it so nobody can run. If a person is hurt, they should move away. They shouldn't stand there and keep throwing punches until one of y'all fall out. No, that's one style of boxing. Everybody doesn't have to fight the same way. It's just that we don't have the tactics or the mechanics to cut off the ring and stop certain things. We don't have a referee in the ring that'll shorten the ring. We don't have clinching to stop a person. Because if they hurt, what's the use of standing there trying to fight? They can't clinch. These are the different things people don't realize about boxing. What's up, country boy?
Talking about clinching, man. Talking about clinching. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm not too sure about how this. I think I've been doing okay with using how the stamina system works right now. But man, it's like there's sometimes I'm fighting you fight these guys and all they throw is a big power uppercut, power uppercuts to the body over and over. That's all they're trying to catch you, right? So here's one thing I noticed right now. The flash KO system, they toned it down. I'm not seeing. I don't know. I'm not really seeing as much flash KOs, but the thing is, I feel if you eat about 50 plus power punches, beat to your head, to your body, once you start climbing and he's hitting you like 50, maybe, and then maybe you absorb 60, and then by the time he hits you up into the 70 zone, you're gonna get flash KO'd at some point because you've taken too many big punches. But the thing is this now, this is why I love to have clinching. If this guy's just trying to run, if he's just walking me down, just trying to throw it, I should be able to fucking clinch him and hug him now at some point to throw him off a
Yeah,
bit, man. And you can't even clinch.
yeah.
That would prevent
Let
that.
them reset.
That's the counter. That's the fucking counter
Yeah.
to basically
People
guys
don't
who
see
who,
that's
who,
that's
who
what.
master the game that way. Just throwing these
Yeah,
power body uppercuts and just doing it the whole time. You got to clinch at some point, man. Clinch,
yeah,
and as you said, referee comes, reset, and then we get the space back. Eventually, that guy's gonna realize I can't keep on doing. I can't play the game that way because he's gonna clinch me. But here's the thing, Poe. How would you program excessive clinching in the game? Would you have it? Would you have a warning for excessive clinching?
it should be dependent on the referee. When you see a certain referee,
Okay.
you know what to do. What'd you say?
So, but is there a general
I
guideline?
can't yet.
Even if
Thank you.
check 1 2.
No,
Hello.
it's really if we being honest and going by the rules and stuff, it really depends on the referee, because you have some strict referees, then you have some referees that tell you to fight out the clinch and stuff like that. That's the stuff that the game needs,
Definitely.
or
So
at
then,
least offline.
yeah, no, if you think about it, we have three different judges. Like, when at the end of the game, you look at the scorecard of the judge, and the judges have different personalities and how they score the fight. So what you're saying makes sense, man. Th-
Yeah, and a
that would be
lot of people
something
get
that
mad
that,
at the judges.
that's good.
A
No,
lot of
that's
people
good
get,
knowledge. That's good knowledge.
yeah.
Fuck.
That's what people need. They need people to, like. That's how I used to do in the fight night forums. You remember Country Boy? We used to educate the casuals, or try to, but yeah, the referee, it makes a good sense to put in the game, because he's gonna it depend on the referee. It could be dependent on the referee, and he'd be like, "No, y'all fight out of it, break," or stuff like that. Then you got to reset, or you could clinch your opponent quick and then let go. He got to reset. You stopping his onslaught. Like if he hitting you with a lot of punches and you clinch him, he got to stop. He got to reset.
I see
Mr.
Bama.
Country Boy, welcome. What'd you say?
I see Bama wrote, one of the issues I have offline is that the heavyweights move like welterweights. Bo, Butterbean, Wilder should not be weaving and showing Mayweather type defense. Bama, let me ask you something. But that's offline. Okay. I was just wondering if it had something to do with loose movement or not, but it's offline and they're moving like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I was gonna say that I was wondering if it was online and they're using loose movement to move like that. I'm wondering that does it make sense to have loose movement as or should should it disable it if you want to increase the gameplay, or instead of loose movement, what do you call it? Poe, would this make sense? So right now
Loose
you have
movement should be just for Muhammad Ali.
just from Muhammad, but can you replace loose movement and have and say, okay, I want to go into a bladed stance instead? Would that make more sense in terms of if they want to switch stances? You know what I mean? Get rid of that altogether and use that, because a lot of people complain about they don't like getting jabbed. So what would be the defensive posture if you're trying to stop a guy from jabbing you?
Yeah, bladed stance, but still, that's the annoying thing about it being a boxing game, and nobody want to get jabbed, but they don't want to use defensive tactics. That's crazy.
It's
You don't want to get jabbed in a boxing game.
Yo, it's the funniest thing. This thing with the jab, man. If you go on the Reddit forums, man, and the amount of people complain that they don't want people to use the jab. So I asked them, well, are you like a fan of the sport of boxing, or just like fighting games? And I figure a large demographic of these people playing it, they just like coming in and out of fighting games like Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur. You know what I mean? They just want to play those kind of games, but they don't want to think. But it's like I hope that part of the community is not influencing the gameplay that much, because they don't want to get jabbed. They don't want nobody to use a jab. That's one good thing I would say on this Steel City did with the update. I guess they shortened the range of the hooks, because people were they're just using it as a lead punch. Everyone's just lead punching with the hook. That's all they want to play, man. And I don't know like what fighting games they get. I don't know, but it's just it's funny.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's like, let Tekken be Tekken. Let Street Fighter be Street Fighter. Let a boxing. It's a sports game. Stop coming into a sports game trying to dictate how it should be when you're not really a sports fan. A lot of these guys are super casual. And like I keep saying, they're the ones that's not going to keep a sports game going on the long term. The long term is going to be boxing fans and hardcore fans. They're the ones going to keep the game alive. But they trying to force us to accept what the casuals want, so-called casuals. And that's a big lie. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's a big lie when they say that casual fans make up the most sales and stuff. That's not true. When they use them that data, and I did my data research, they're lumping in phone games and other things and say casual game. I mean casual gamers. And you got to go do a different data thing for the all games together and sports games. But their thing is they try to be slick and lump all the games together. No, sports games and other games are different games. You got a casual fan base for sports games, and you have a hardcore. You can't lump that in, like something like Fallout or something like that. They be doing that strategic conversations with us. Let me see. Leafy said, shorten the hooks, though removes realism to me. It does. It really does. When you shorten, you taking away a style that certain boxes use. It's like three main templates for hooks. You got the short hook, you got the medium hook, then you have the long hook. You can't just shorten up a hook because you're stealing somebody's style. Now you're making all the boxes fight alike, which I think they probably wanted to do anyway because they already said that they try to tweak boxers off for one style, and that's crazy. That's what breaks the game. Somebody already told me that that's in the industry. Steel City need to redo the whole system. And he said he don't know why they didn't grab my tendencies idea. See, it makes a lot of sense. It would have helped. Even still, I mean, even 2K, they got that tendency system, and the beast was right. I was talking about tendencies before 2K start adding tendencies in their game. And I was like, oh, sweat. They put the tendencies, start putting their tendencies in their game in 2006. And I was talking about that way before that 2006. But that's how you make each boxes have individual animations and fight like themselves with the tendencies. But they got rid of the AI guy. That's the only one who could do the tendencies. So I don't know. I'm still trying to say how is Steel City going to survive? I can't see them like really like making it to January unless they make a big announcement that they're going to make Undisputed 2, and that's going to make people excited. Then they're going to try to hold on to this game and say, maybe as we keep playing this game until they bring the next one out. That's the only way I think they're going to be able to do it. Country Boy said, I don't care about online at all. I never went online and never go online. I only play Fight Now and Career. It seems like the team is only worried about online. Yeah, now they are. I think the last year and a half or so, yeah, they refuse to improve the offline portion of the game. Yeah, they really do. And that's an EA thing. EA, they build up, they at least EA, they build up their offline mode, and then they start focusing on the online. That's one thing. It's like when I was watching Don D, a friend of mine, he was playing Fight Night Champion. He was playing like boxing. I was like, wow. I say I get a different perspective of Fight Night, even though it still have arcadey tendencies to it. It's still I seen a lot of things that could have been great in the game. So I was like, Dad, after all these years, I finally sat down and got somebody. I saw somebody play the game realistically, and it made it look better than what it was. Let me see. I'm back. I like. I'm back like I left my me keys. Yeah, it's like it's so much. This game could be a great game. It would, and it's crazy because I had developers saying this supposed to have been the game of the year for the last 2 years. This supposed to have been the game of the year, and then it fizzled. I'm still curious. Country Boy said, "I'm still curious what the telemetry is for the online versus offline player census. I have a feeling offline player base is much larger. It is. I did that research. The offline fan base for this game is larger than the online. It's much larger. And people keep saying it. No, it's on. That's why it's not that large. Probably in the beginning, like when the game first dropped. But the offline fan base, even when I do surveys and I get a lot of people they fill out for that, they do that survey. Well, it's not a survey, they'll poll. It's more people that play offline than online. A lot of people don't like the cheating and all that craziness. But in the beginning, when I played the game, when I played the betas, I liked the game. It played like boxing, and I'm not an online player, and I liked the game. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be an online player from now on, huh?" Yeah, they refuse to improve the offline portion of the game. Let me see. E-boxing championship, undisputed, and game of the year in the same sentence as well. It really is, and that's crazy because companies that you would think would be like their enemy, they wanted Steel City to succeed. They wanted it to do good because if Steel City would have been successful and like majorly like got game of the year and stuff like that, it made investors want to invest in a boxing game for them to make boxing games, and their company would have wanted to make a boxing game. But when Steel City they did that that first month they did good, then the thing it started like trickling down to nothing. Let me see. Offline was way larger than online in the last few fight nights. Yeah, that's true. I remember Brizzle said, yeah, that's true. And they tried to say it was the story mode that did that, but I don't think that's what it was. Even when PLO 6, I'm gonna call you 617. Even when I hold up, even when I win playing online, I'm not having fun. Fighting the metas of this game is so frustrating. Giving me a proper offline modes any day. Yeah. My thing is if they fix the game the way it should be fixed, and I'm it's more and more it's starting to seem like it's espionage, like somebody came on the team and just really destroyed this game. It's like crazy. You still there, AJ Pax?
Yeah, I just came back, but I was listening the whole
Oh,
time.
okay.
The
That's
Yo, go back to the tendency, man.
yeah. What do you mean go back?
Well, the thing you were saying about the tendency, right? The tendency, the fighters don't have their tendencies, right? But you said
Yeah,
there'll be a
and they got
connection between, but there's a connection between the tendencies, therefore, and how. So even if they have the motion cap, even if they have custom motion cap, the tendencies is gonna make how the fighter behaves. Then
yeah,
even but
because they
even as
do.
but
If you
even
look at 2K, they motion cap the players, and they still use tendencies. That's why you could tell that they need them both together.
but would the tendency also affect how the player uses the player, the character?
No, not really, because I see people use them online and offline. Because like you could like really tweak certain like I see basketball player and they still could use them. without being
So,
overpowered and all that extra stuff.
but then that goes back to the issue where no matter how custom they make the DLC characters, because of the mindset of the player, they'll still fight the same way then.
Yeah. What's up, Aram? Salute. We got Aram and Mike Adams. Sub Mike Adams. The online meta is so horrible. It counter farming cheese nonstop. Yeah, it's a lot of things. I'm starting to think that it's intentional. It's at this point. It's been 5 years. Oh, Ghost Gorilla. Yeah, OG, I done pop out on you. What's up, Ghostface Gorilla? We need a mechanical overhaul that enforces full realism and get rid of the casual mode fully. Yeah, but I'm not 100% like to get rid of the casual mode because I don't want casual people start crying and making it bad on us again. So my thing is, give us 3 modes. You got the one for the boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans, and boxing fans in general, and the people that won't like to play the game realistic. Then you got the hybrid, and then you got the casual. That's what we should have. That's what a company should have. And I always pop these ideas. Yeah, you got me saying pop, but I always put these ideas to developers, and they say you're right, 100% right. In this day and age, it's not 10, 20, 30, or 40 years ago. It's not all them years ago. It's a new age. Technology is booming. Far as gaming, anything like people keep saying, well, they can't put that in the game. They can put it in the game. They just not putting it in the game. People give them excuses. Oh, they can't do this and they can't do it. Yes, they can. They're not. They make it their duty not to do it. And a lot of these developers, you got to be careful right now because a lot of them, their thing is they feel they need us. We don't need them. Even though they know that the company they need the company, but they do things to make sure that they have money, that making sure money is keep constantly coming in their pocket. So they're not going to, a lot of times, they're not going to really fix the game to what it should be, which is crazy. This game is best playing the community in the lobby. Bringing creative fighters online is what makes this update 2.0. It changes the game and brings variety to the matchups. I can't. Well, to each his own.
Actually, yeah, that's one thing we talk about. I've been liking that new creator. I call it Capsville from Fight Night Champion, but creator boxer or whatever they call it now here. But I'm liking it, man. I don't even care. I don't even care that my guy is only 85 and he's capped because I know I can manipulate the stats. You know what I mean? I could take on a 90 rated fighter, but when they brought out the creator fighter mode, I guess they call it the CAF now, right? CAF or when that came out. My point is that Fight Night Champion is now officially on life support. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that this Undisputed was lacking, and now we have it in it's very green right now. But now I'm starting to see all the last few of the content creators for Fight Night Champion. Now they're finally creating content now since the update 2.0. You know that guy Lux Vision?
Yeah.
That all he does is Fight Night Champion. When the creator suite came out, when the creator thing came out, boom! Now he's finally, after all this time, now he's doing content for Undisputed now.
Yeah.
So that's
Levy
what I'm saying.
said,
Like,
yeah, and Levy said, and Unity is 100% capable. Laughing, so tired of simping. It actually is not, because what Steel City want to do, all the things they want to do, every developer I talked to, they said they need to be on Unreal Engine. So it's good. It's a good for certain things, but like adding all the stuff they originally talked about they want, which I think that's out the window. All the stuff that they originally want, they're gonna dumb the
yo,
game down. I think fight under
yo, Paul,
yeah.
yo, Paul, see what that guy Mike Adams wrote there.
Hooks should not be longer range than straights. That's real boxing, and there were right to change that. No. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain to you why I say no. Because there are boxers that throw long hooks. Wilder is one of them people. Wilder throws a long hook. That's why everything should be for each boxer. Boxers should be unique to themselves. Wilder throw Wilder don't throw his hooks like a person supposed to throw their hook. Because Wilder hasn't been boxing long like many boxers have been boxing. Let me see. Yeah, that's you know, I don't have a problem with them. Like some people they shorten it up, but Wilder, he doesn't throw his hook the way you're supposed to. And then as a boxing fan and a boxer, there are there are actually 12 kinds of hooks. But far as range, there are 3 ranges of hook. There's the short hook. I don't know if you can see it. There's the short hook. Then there's the medium hook. Then there's the long hook. Some people call it a smacking punch. And I don't knock a lot of people out with a smacking hook. A lot. There should be
Yes, Mike
clinches, parries.
Adams. They need to take the taunting out of the game. So earlier we were talking about, well, you're saying the taunt is for toxic. It's not toxic. People are using the taunt. It's an exploit right now in the game. So if you notice, sometimes somebody will use a taunt and they'll teleport, or sometimes they'll use the taunt and you can't hit them. Your punches is really literally going through their head because it causes some kind of desync or something. It's messing up the game, and it's been like that. So it's not even like, if it's bothering you because it's toxic, that's just like, it's a video game, man. Go some thicker skin. But if it's about, to me, it's about it's causing desync. It's causing like weird things that are not supposed to happen, and people are using that as a tactic. So if you can imagine, somebody throws a combination punch and then they hit the taunt button so they can escape. It's like that's their escape route.
Yeah. They should take the hooks, take the taunting out until they fix it. Taunting
Yes.
is a part of boxing. Like what's his name? Mayorga, he's a taunter. He taunts people. So people like but it's broken, so he can't use taunt. It's a lot of boxers that taunt people. Let me see. Hits don't land and straights. Let me see. I hear what you're saying about hooks, but the problem is the game doesn't let you throw all the different hooks. Exactly. That's basically what I was saying earlier. And that's what I'm saying. They're not working on the right things. Everybody keep overloading them with things, requests and stuff, saying they should remove this, they should remove that and stuff. But you're not asking them to add stuff that will stop certain things. A lot of people
You know?
saying, like the running, like I was talking about earlier, the running, people saying, oh, they should make it so you don't be able to run. No, they should not. You should be able to track down that person. Everybody want boxing matches to be close quarters, slug matches. Everybody don't want to fight like that, and they shouldn't have to. That's crazy for people to think that. It should every game shouldn't have to look the same.
Yo, Mike Adams, the boxer share thing you were talking about. You're not. I don't think we're gonna see like a boxer repository where we can pick up where we can upload and share the boxer shares. It won't happen because if the whole if the rumors are true and they're gonna switch and they're gonna be making an Undisputed 2, which I don't think will come out until 2025. That thing is not gonna come out until 2028 at least. But if they're going in that direction already, they're not going to spend any more like major resources to give us that feature. And this current Undisputed that was developed on a Unity platform, we won't get it then. They're gonna they're probably gonna sense, okay, maybe it's a we should get it, but if they're planning to move, they're gonna cheap out. I say they're gonna cheap out and not give us that repository to keep all the creative characters.
E-Boxing Champion said they're the game that allows you to throw all 12 hooks, but most people refuse to learn how to throw them. That's on them. You shouldn't punish everybody for what a person refused to learn. Don't dumb something down because a person don't use, and that's where the content creators come in. Nobody's throwing hooks. The content creator showed them how the hooks look beautiful in the game. That's what their job should have been. But nobody's doing that. You could teach a person. Let me see. Still
Mike Adams, man.
Still that City Boxers.
That's it. That's the desync thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
They got to disable taunting in the meantime.
Yeah. Still City Boxer said Ben Whitaker uses taunts as counters. Just saying it can be used in that way. Yeah, and it can. But the taunting in general, it's just that the game is not programmed for you to react to certain things that boxers do. Somebody taunt you, you should be able to lunge and hit them or, do certain different things.
And but you
also should be able to. What'd you say?
And we can't hit them right now. That's why they're doing it. They're taunting as the taunt is being not used as a strategy. Well, it's being used as a strategy because they know the game is broken. It's like a force shield. Like going back to Mike Adams, he was talking about how you could skate. Skating it's the same thing I was saying. You could teleport, or you hit that taunt button and the guy you hit that taunt button, stand still because you know the guy can't hit you. That's if you want to talk about broken, that's a broken part of the game. And I don't know who has to tell Steel City Inc. since version 1.0 onwards. It's been like that over a year now. Who has to tell them? Like, how is it possible? Like, how come nobody's telling this, or why is it they're not acting it? Because I feel the simple fix for that is to disable it. It's a button. It's on our controller. Just disable us from using the directional pad to activate the taunt until you can fix it. And that'll help improve the gameplay.
And that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. We should have options to set up certain things like that. We don't want to use the taunt button in this game, or be like, I don't want to use it in this match. You target off. It was older games that had that. You could turn off the taunt. You could turn off this and turn off that. We're in the modern age and we're not able to do that. Let me see. Mike Adams said the devs are drinking pina coladas on a beach somewhere with our money for this broken game. Aram said we got like 1 or 2 more updates. I'll be shocked if we got that.
Updates? Like what? Just to fix bugs, I guess.
Yeah, bug fixes. But the boxes, I think they're gonna keep going until the actual game comes out. To me, they could do all the boxes giveaway boxer release they want. Fans gonna move on because the game is not holding up to what they expect it to be. Let me see. Mike Adams said, since crossplay came in, I'm getting new error codes from PC cheesers. Quick glitching.
And also too on
Six.
PC, it's easier to quick glitch because you could use a keyboard and do shortcuts.
Yeah.
But one
And
thing I don't know if anyone tested out P. I don't want to do it, but
go ahead.
the quick glitch on the PS5 is to go into your system settings and just toggle the internet button, toggle it so the internet goes off. But I haven't tested it with this update to see if that's still. I don't even care anymore, man. It's like it's like they don't know what error codes to fix, man. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like this team is very lazy. They too complacent. And that it's not only me saying that. Let me see. 617 said, "What's the point of buying DLC if the game days are numbered?" That's true. That's true. But people gonna still buy it. That's the thing. They're kind of enabling them. I don't want the
Yeah,
company to fail. People may think that's what I want, but I don't want the company to fail. To me,
I
the more
enabled
game.
them, man.
What'd you say?
I enabled them. I bought the deal. I bought the pack. I bought the Pacquiao DLC, man. Fuck, I bought it, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. But you know what? He plays. It's funny. He plays. It feels kind. It feels like him to a certain extent.
Same fast punches that he be doing the real fast punches.
Yeah, it feels like him. Especially too. I think they did a good job on his left straight. But the funny thing, the interesting thing, it's playing like it feels like it's playing him like the speed. But what's his name? Boxing Fanatico. He dropped the video a couple of days, and he did a good analysis on the movement of Pacquiao. And what he was showing is that it's missing. He said, okay, they don't have recovery frames. So it's almost like Manny Pacquiao's released almost like a kind of like a glitchy character, and it works for his style, like how we see how he fights on like when he fights on TV. It feels like him because of that, because it's missing all those frames. Right now, Manny Pacquiao, I think because of that, like you could just you're moving awkward, or because of the frames are missing, you could just kind of it's more of a glitchy kind of fighter, so you could really punch fast with him because of that. But I tried them out, man. He's actually I used them once. I didn't want to use. I don't like using the southpaws in the game. But I tried them once, and it felt okay, man. It felt good whipping on somebody with him. Fuck.
Yeah. Let me see. E-Boxing Champion said, "I agree that most complexity is good. It shouldn't just be simple to master everything. The simpler the mechanics, the less realistic the sport is depicted." Then Mike Adams said, "Oren Clockwork is a good channel. He knows what's up. Hopefully SEI will listen." I disagree with a couple of things he's saying. He was he actually said said something negative that I posted, but I was like, no, to each his own. But I don't come on nobody's channel to attack them. All I say, if I say, well, I don't agree with what you're saying or something like that. But he does have a decent channel. But my thing is, we need these guys to speak up. But like Beast would say, why would they speak up for something they really don't know? A lot of these people say they boxing fans and they're not really boxing fans. They just the popular boxers that they're fan of the popular boxer fans. Let me see. Aram said 1-2 gameplay updates. The rest of the game life cycle will probably be just releasing DLC like EA UFC 5. That's exactly what they're doing. That's why I keep saying their movement and what they're doing is more and more like EA. Let me see. Devs barely listen to testers. Doubt they listen to Orin much. I don't even think they listen to the testers. I don't think the testers know what they're looking for, what's really wrong with the game. I don't think they're just like, I'm getting a check. I don't care. Let's push it through. It look
Who,
okay to
who,
me.
who's their stress tester right now?
They got a couple of guys. I mean, it's a couple of people. I'm
Isn't
looking
one of them the content? Isn't one of them the content
on the
creator at the tournament the other day? Isn't he one of their
LinkedIn.
testers?
I think they got like 2 or 3 content creators that are stress testers. I think JMMA, I think Dark Side, and I forget who the other one is.
I thought wasn't
But
Fight Night Finest? Isn't he or am I mix up my name or
oh
something?
yeah.
But he's one of the he's not a content, he's really like a tester then. Not like Jay and those guys.
Yeah, because he's silent. You don't really hear too much from Fight Night Finals.
So if he's the actual game tester, what's going on then?
I don't know. What's called Steel City Boxing said I want them to fail. They scammed us. But if they fail, to me they technically kind of fell. But to me, if they fell, that means we don't have no more boxing game. We don't, and other companies don't see that there's room to make a boxing game. I just want them to do better because other companies come out. Because I know for a fact there are companies in the cut that want to make boxing games, but it's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Just on the top of testers, man. Every time I think if sports game analysis was a tester for them, it would clean up. It would clean up the game a lot, man. It would clean up the game, man. It would be like it like that's the kind of person you need like to be with them. But that would just change it. Like, ooh.
Yeah, but they don't want nobody that's like too outspoken. Like me, they won't want me on the team. They told me that early.
But when we say outspoken, what is the issue? Like, what do you think like goes through these corporate heads then? Like, what is it that they're trying to you know what I mean? Like, what? It's a pride thing then. It comes on to pride, I guess.
Yeah, you can say that too. But a lot of them didn't want me. Like even in early, they like the developers. They put me in my. They created a Discord so we could all talk. And they're like, "Paul, nah, that ain't what Ash meant and stuff." Ash wanted me to be on the team. They didn't want me on the team. Then they said we're not hiring outside of the UK. Yet they have.
But that's a lie. That's
exactly. That was
that's
a
lie.
They had Ty Gibson. They had all these people. They didn't want me there.
Yeah.
They didn't want.
They
didn't want
what's the name of that show Kim's on? It's the Todd Grisham show. I'm trying to remember, man. It's this show or he does all that sports stuff.
Oh, it's him and the Mario I forget his last name.
He used to be on ESPN or something or one of them, and he got kicked out because his views weren't conservative enough, and he started his own podcast now. What's the name of that guy?
It's something late. I forget his name, and I knew him for years, and I forgot his name. But we don't interact that much.
On my tongue.
Yeah, but like when he was saying that he be getting all these boxes and stuff, and it's a problem. Yeah, because you're not a boxer or you don't know how to talk to him. I was like, it's like for me when he was saying stuff, it sounded like the same script from EA, and every script should not sound the same as EA. Oh, we can't do this and we can't do that. Oh, boxes are expensive. Boxers want this and want that. Come on, man. We heard the story. And EA could afford all the boxes that they wanted to. But EA was trying to undercut them. People don't know that. People think boxers supposed to be in a boxing game for free. No. These people have the life after boxing. It's a lot of boxers that are poor now. Good example. Look at Adrian Bronner. All the money he was making, now this joker, he's a bum. And I hate to say it, he's a bum.
He didn't manage his money good.
Exactly. He's a gambler and all that. He's a bum. So he needs the money. But people be like, no, he should be in the game for free. Let me see. As As the popularity of the sport of boxing rises, so does the popularity of boxing games. Supporting indie devs, but also supporting the sport of boxing. We got to stop calling Steel City an indie company. It's not an indie company. Indie
It's not
means
yet.
independent. They're not independent because Steel City has publishers. Indie companies don't have publishers like that. They publish the game themselves. They have investors, three of them, actually four. So we got to stop calling them an indie company because when you call them an indie company, you're giving them a pass. No, they don't need no pass for nothing.
I found it.
I,
Uh,
I gave up. I gave up on like defending Steel City, and they was giving me their back to kiss.
yo, Paul, I found it. Jason Whitlock.
Oh,
Jason Whitlock. That he's a sportscast podcaster. That's where that guy Kim. Kim is he's a recurring character on that show. He's one
I
of
didn't know that.
their yeah. That's where he comes from.
His name's Steve Kim.
Yeah, but that's where he's always that's where he does his sports talk on that show over there.
Yeah, because I knew him for a couple, about over a decade. You know, we was friends on Twitter for over a decade. He was working for something else too before that. I forgot what
But
it
that's where I
was.
know
But
that's mainly where that's mainly where I've seen him from that show. That's why I was surprised when I saw him at that creator event. I was like, "Look," I said, "Fuck, is this guy play? He plays this game. I've never seen him talk. I've never seen him talk about the spirit on the Jason Whitlock show ever."
wow, guess
So that's why I
because
was wondering how the hell did he come here.
he don't talk about it because then that means Jason Whitlock going to have to get some type of compensation for him even mentioning it.
Right. Okay.
Let me see. One of the best testers they ever had at launch. Who? Aaron, who you talking about? One of the best launches they have had let. Oh, one of the best testers they had ever had left at launch. Sure, a lot of developers left because it was a guy I pushed over there that he was a veteran and I guess he was under contract or whatever, and they didn't pull him back in, and that was crazy. Oh, they listen surely to testers, content creators. That's what esports box is saying. Lots of folks, they just aren't using the info the way you want them to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll take that. There, there's some more. Some are content creators. Some are non-content creators. That's what Aaron said. Mike Adams said JMMA is a tester, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Who else we got? Proxys. I don't know if Proxys is a tester. I'm
You
not
guys
sure.
sure Jim is a tester? Or he's really or he's more of a he's really more like to create content to showcase what's the latest and greatest about the game. But is he really a tester?
Yeah,
I'm
he
talking
a
about
tester. He
stress
did it.
tester. I'm talking about stress tester was like a stress tester would have been the guy who would have caught like sports game
The
announcers.
bug.
No, he from from right away when 1.6 came out, whatever, and they brought out what's his name? Everybody with Superman Punch. What's his name?
Manuel Augustus.
Emmanuel Augustus, right away from day one, he found the fucking uppercut issue from the day one. Those are the kind of guys you need, like who are thinking that way, how to freaking like they're thinking about how to cut the game at some angle to break it. You know what I mean? Little things like that. Those are stress testers that know, or they're gonna try to punish the game in such a way to see if they can break it. Those are stress testers, man. I don't think that's what I'm saying. There has to be a distinction between I guess JMA and whoever those kind of testers are. I don't think those are the same kind of testers. Those are more like demo play. We could say more like demo play testers.
Yeah. Um, Mike Adams said round for round had Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, Lucas Brown. Yeah, I got all them guys, but that was a waste of my time, and it made a couple of them unfriend me as a friend on social media.
Proxys is not a
Fellas,
stress tester, man. He's not a stress tester.
no,
If Proxys drops a video just a couple of days ago thanking thanking Steel C for for hooking him up with the championship edition, it's not in the context of stress testing. It's in the context that he's a content creator. I don't think they're the same thing.
Leafy said, yeah, Unreal Engine 5, it looks sick. Aram said, I wonder when we can expect Overhand Interactive to come out. I don't know.
Paul, let me ask you. Sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
That Proxys video, when he was thanking them for the Undisputed Championship edition, what kind of context do you think he was thanking them in? If you're working for a company and your role is that of let's just say a tester or whatever thing, you're gonna come on YouTube to thank them for giving you the resources you need to do your job? Like, you know what I mean? What was the context of that?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, but I asked him, I showed you the post. I asked him, I said, bro, what's going on with that? I said, Still City bought you out? He said, no. He said, I still talk the way I want to talk. He said, they're not gonna take nothing from me. I mean, they're not gonna stop me or anything. He says, I just say things respectfully.
Right. That's true. That's the art of it. But
yeah.
It goes back to what I was saying about product. Like we're thinking about digital, like because we're seeing it. These are digital games, or whatever, right? But I was trying to say before, like think of it if it was a physical object, like you see those product reviews. People do product reviews for TVs, ice cream makers, all these different, physical products you hold in your hand. And what happens is the manufacturer is going to send you that product, especially if you're one of the top content reviewers, and they want people to see that this is coming out. They send you the prototype. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you work for it. It doesn't mean you're the actual. They're just sending you the prototype because they want you to review it to get the advertising about this thing out there. It's a tactic. Because that's what I'm saying. Like until I hear that, okay, we're saying Jay is the tester and Proxys, they have to say straight up they work for the company. Like they're actually on contract. And as I said, I don't think if Proxys was like one of the lead game testers, he wouldn't come on his YouTube channel thanking them for giving him the champion edition, because he doesn't have to thank them. That if you're working for them, those are resources to do your job. You don't need to thank your boss for that.
Yeah. I know. See, this the new age. When I was helping EA, and I was like, basically, I was semi like a content creator without, because they was trying to put me under that game changes. I didn't want to. I knew how game changes worked, and I didn't want to be a part of that, because game changes, their thing is to talk great about the game no matter what, and that's not what I did. That's one thing. I was supposed to be the guy that was talking to the developers and everything, but I still was truthful about how I felt about the game. And they never try to push me away or anything. They're like, that's how you feel, Paul. That's how and a lot of them felt like by me speaking and having people behind me, they can make the changes. Because a lot of them, the way the game is made is because of the publisher. The publisher, which EA was their own publisher, but the publisher and the CEOs. That's why a lot of things was happening. Let me see. Aram said, I speculate we get an update for Overhand Interactive maybe in December. I think a late 2025, early 2026 is reasonable. Yeah, I hope so too. Let me see. Mike Adams said the game is levels better offline, but there isn't enough to do offline of facts. Career mode is a bare bones disappointment. No mini games, no sparring, no bag, no practice. How can they not have this? I think that was on purpose. When they hired certain person, he said that wasn't important. I'm just gonna say that because they were adamant about these things going to be in the game. Then all of a sudden, this is not going to be in the game. All that, like the managers, they was recording. I don't know if in the offline mode do the managers actually talk and stuff because I haven't played the offline.
Yeah, the managers. You mean like during the intermission
Yeah,
between rounds? Yeah, you hear you hear your coaches and stuff giving you advice. But the thing is, I don't know if it's scripted. I don't know if it's actually doing some kind of analytics to say, okay, they say, okay, what you should do. And I've never heard Steel City ever say that the coaches are actually giving you like it's not scripted. It's going off the stats, whatever. So they're trying to tell you, okay, what to do, kind of thing. The only thing I would say is that I can look at the other guy and get an idea, okay, is he getting tired or not, or how beat up his face looks.
oh, that's good. But my thing is these things can be implemented into the game, like with the way AI is set up now. Your coaches and everybody, the way you fight or the way like certain things keep getting through and you're not doing the right thing, your coaches can say these things. Hey, you need to keep your hands up because he's keep hitting you with this punch or that punch. And a lot of people keep saying, no, we don't need AI in the game. Certain things we do need AI in the game. If it's going to help us get a game faster, even though the human aspect will always be a part of creating a video game. They need motion caps and they need certain things because the human aspect has to clean up certain things because the AI can't do certain things. But other than that, the conversations and everything, the AI can do it. A lot of people they do like, oh AI. Come on, man, it's not what you're trying to make it to be. It's not stealing your job because you're not working at Steel City. You're not going to get a
Yo,
job at Steel City.
boxing champ. You said CSI is 20 years behind. Boxing in 2009 were analyzed the stats even coaches just on the fly. Yeah, I don't know, but I
They
don't want to
are.
say they're too. I don't want to say they're too behind because the reality. But one thing, they're not an indie company anymore. But at the same time, this is their first shot at this game. What sucks is that if we were to continue on the Unity platform, we would have got more. We would have got more deeper gameplay advancements, and you know what I mean, more features. But the fact that they have to go, if it's true that they have to go on Unreal, that this is stunting the growth of what we're on right now.
Yeah, but they kind of behind because this I was doing my research. The first sports game we had was a boxing game. No tennis and then a boxing game. Before we had football, before we had baseball, we had any other thing. When it come to video games, boxing was the first thing. So 40 years later, we should be well like far as technology and everything, far as the game, it should look better than what NBA 2K look or any sports game because we got that many years that this the first boxing game was made, but it's not the case. Let me say you can make AI coaches that tell you what to do in the next round. That'll be sick in the game. AI can do that. AI can do that. They got code for
Yo,
that.
Yo, Mike Adams. And now I'm thinking about the corner chat more. Yeah, it is laughable because one of the things too is the game is glitched. There's a bug in the game too. Sometimes you know you won the round and you go back and your coach is talking to you as if you lost the round. And then when you look at the other guy, he's saying, "Oh yeah, you did good," and you already know. So you know sometimes you could see that Steel City is not even paying attention to that aspect of like, is there a bug in that? There's a big time bug in the coaches' conversations.
Yeah, they really don't care. It's like they got the game out, just work from there. They're like they really don't care.
I want to know
That's crazy.
who's fucking has to be listening to know the fucking disable the taunts until they could fix it because it's causing desync and teleportation and everything. Who is the person that has to be listening to this show that they could get it into other person's head to fucking look into it? It's been a year now.
Yeah,
Who
they
is it?
listen. They listen. I think what's his name?
Jack
My
Shep? Is
fault,
he part
Jay.
of that, or he's just more on the
Yeah,
communication
my
side?
fault, Jay Shep. Yeah, Jay Shep. He goes on all social medias and check out what's going on. No,
But
salute to
he's
Jay
but he
Shep.
so but he's supposed to be collecting that information, or somebody else has to be collecting that.
I think that's him. I think Jay Shep collects all the information from social media. Him and
So
somebody else,
for
but
so for a whole year, nobody's complained about this. Nobody's talked about this issue in a whole year about the taunt button and guys teleporting and using it as a shield so you can't get punched in your head. Nothing. Nobody at CSI has heard about this. The people who are supposed to know them, I don't know. Fuck. What about the game testers?
yeah, that's good. What's called East West Boxing said they spending too much money on marketing. I don't think they spending that much money. They're not spending money on no marketing because them little they hoping that we keep sharing the videos and stuff. But
Exactly.
far
Yeah.
as the marketing, they're not doing a great job. And I know Saf gonna get mad at me, but it is what it is. I'm better at marketing than Saf. 100%. 100%. I could close my eyes and make something up for marketing. Her marketing skills, hey, they're horrible. Let
You
me
talk
see the
about
damage
marketing or
button.
advertising?
Both. I always lump them both together, but yeah. Let me see. But what's helps with their marketing a lot and advertisement. Turkey.
What's the
Darren
name?
King. What's up, Darren King? Appreciate you came through. He said, "Keep cooking, guys. Appreciate you, man." Oh, we got 72 views today. That's great. That means the show is popping. Oh yeah, I supposed to be on a boxing show. I was deciding should I do it, and
Yeah,
he
man, for
want me to
sure.
come
Do it.
on there. You think I
That's
should do it?
yeah, big time. Yeah, for sure. That's when I looked it up, that they have they've been around for a long time doing they do boxing podcasts, but more from the fight, from the actual like the fights kind of thing, not from the video game perspective.
Yeah,
But
and
they're doing
that'll be
yeah, they've been around for I think over 15, 20 years.
wow. And I'm gonna tell them that they're in England. They should go over there. I'm gonna be talking about Steel City. Like, yo, go over there and tell Steel City to make the game actual boxing. He probably listening. Yeah, I'm gonna accept the interview. Let me see. He said, um, Aaron said Saf gets mad at everyone. I've been just ignoring, always getting feelings hurt. Yeah, she be getting her feelings hurt for everything. I remember she used to be trying to come at me. First, she tried to gauge how to approach me. Then she started figuring out that I'm not really that approachable. Like she thought, like she could change my mind about the way I feel or think. Oh, they effing power punch uppercuts. SCI lied and said they reduced the range of them. They certainly did no such thing. The
So Mike,
Now see this I know y'all gonna probably pull out torches for me, but I think there are power punch uppercuts, but they should lessen the you know, if it's a power shot, it should like take energy off, or you should. There's things like somebody throw uppercut at me, if that's the punch that they're gonna throw, like me being the way my boxing knowledge, somebody throwing an uppercut at me, he left good example. Buster Douglas and Holyfield. Holyfield threw a power uppercut from the outside. Holyfield knocked him out with a hook. So if a person throwing an uppercut from the outside, from the outside, he's open for a hook or a right hand, a quick right hand. It's just that the way the game's set up, it's not boxing.
well, one thing, Mike Adams, when you're fighting these body uppercut guys, do you use a jab? Like, do you set up everything off a jab? That's what I'm kind of curious, because I encountered them as well. But the thing is, if I can establish my jab early in the fight and set that rhythm, and I set the rhythm, I start to time that body uppercut, and I'll start getting that counter on them every time. Well, as they're loading it up, I'm hitting them, and eventually they have to stop it. But the only thing is, the guys who are really good at the power body uppercut, that kind of stuff, if once they start to learn how to use it in a combination where they're just throwing everything power combinations, then it can kind of get tricky. But then at some point, I don't know if is it my defense that's why I'm getting hit, or is it actually is it an exploit? I don't know, because I feel like if you could use your jab, you could beat them. See, the thing is,
Yeah,
if the community keeps on thinking it's an exploit, this body power uppercut, eventually what they're gonna do is they might put a cooldown period, like how we saw with the body jab. But if you put a
yeah.
cooldown period, how's that gonna affect the gameplay? Like, it's gonna affect the gameplay in one way, but in terms of is it realistic or not? I don't know.
Yeah, it's what you were saying earlier when people kept saying the jab, people jabbing too much and they don't like the jab. That's crazy.
But yo, Paul said one thing. Since they put the cooldown thing on the step in jab to the body, I actually like it, because I don't have to really think about it anymore too much. Like, I don't have to really play defense for as much as before anymore.
So how people like if they put Floyd actually signs to be in the game, how is he gonna be able to do his body jab?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that look unique. Because I don't want them to start taking out stuff and it takes away from an actual boxer that uses certain things that's effective to their style.
Right, right. Yo, pound for pound said, not to be sexist, but women are somewhat emotional more than men. Trust me, take it from a guy who got banned after talking out about me trying to get bought by CSI. So this thing with the woman, it goes back to that person's staff again, right? I don't think,
Yep.
me personally, I don't think it's a gender, I don't think it's a man versus woman or male versus female issue. I think it's a maturity issue. That could you could it's a maturity issue to a point where I feel that you're also talking about it's an employee who has a maturity issue, but also that employee is connected to the big boss. You know what I mean? That person is connected to the number one of the company. So you have to also think. So overall, it's a maturity issue. I don't think it's that person's a female.
Yeah. Um. See, this one thing. Suppose this is what I'm gonna ask you, because there's a couple of boxers that I know that throw power uppercuts, and I'm gonna give this example. Razor Ruddock. If Razor Ruddock was in the game, do you think they should dumb down his style? because
So
he
hold
threw
on, folks. So one thing about the power body uppercut, the context they're saying it in is that the arm, when they throw it, the arm starts to extend. It almost looks like your arm is growing.
Oh, okay.
That
Then
that
that's
that
something
that's what
different.
I think a lot. Like, let me see if you who said it just now about the power. Whoever that person was, let me see if they'll say if that's what they're experiencing. That to put it more in context, because that's why I find like it feels like the arm is just getting, it's so unrealistically the arm is getting longer.
That's weird. That's some fighting game stuff then.
Yeah, it's like Inspector
So I
Gadget
want,
shit, man. And you could see
yeah.
the
So I
most
want too
Wilder.
far off.
Wilder, when he extends it, it just doesn't look right. But let me see if he says that's what he's noticing. Because if it's not, and it's just a guy who's stepping in with the uppercut and just extending his natural arm, then you know what? Then there shouldn't be a problem. Then that kind of connects with what you're saying with the Razor Ruddock.
Yeah.
You're gonna take away his style. You're gonna take away how he fights because of the video game.
Let me see. True. Let me see. Pound for pound said true. Lots of people are immature and can't have a conversation one on one and choose to ban you if you say one thing. Yup. Yeah, like it's like Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. 617 said that. Close 617 said that. Oh, all right. See now that's totally different. That now when I was talking about boxing and y'all talking about something totally different now then. It's like they doing some arcade stuff. They implemented an arcade, they slipped it in there. Nobody ain't really saying nothing about it. Yeah. It looks like that because the way they decided to animate the punches. Yeah. Once y'all told me that, I knew that that's exactly what was wrong. The momentum and the power doesn't translate the way it should because SCI got cheap on mechanics. Yup.
No, but
Noodle
yo, but
arms is still
is it break?
insane.
Is the animation breaking? That's why the punch is extending so much. That's why is it broken then? Is it glitching out? Noodle arms, yeah. Noodle arms is still a thing in the game offline too. So that's on that. Yeah. So Mike, the noodle arm, is it what I'm describing then? Really, that it's the arm is they're throwing the uppercut, but it's the arm is extending unrealistically now. Like it's almost extending. It's growing to you know what I mean. I'm just Is that what you experience when we say noodle arm as well?
Yeah.
But it all comes back to range. I don't know.
UFC has better punch animation, arguably. Yeah. Some of the punches look good. Because I can't say they have better punch animations because it's a UFC game and
Yo, pound for
UFC
pound,
punches.
pound for pound, CSI is not like a new EA. You know why? One of the biggest reasons they're never EA is because EA develops their own gaming engines. Some games they're on Unreal, but if you look at the history of EA, that's why them Saudis bought them out. They bought them out because they have intellectual rights to gaming engines, man. They build their own gaming
Yeah.
engines. They're not using
Yup.
Steel City is basically they have a license to use the Unity engine, but they don't have full control of the gaming engine. They have to know how to use it. But EA is on a different level, man. They make gaming engines.
Yup. And Fight Night Champion was a complete game. This is not a complete game.
It was on Frost. Fight Night Champion was on a proprietary engine too. I think I don't want. I want to say Frostbite, but I have to look it up. But it's all proprietary.
Yeah, I think them EAs. I'm like almost 100% sure. I'm getting hit by uppercuts and ranges that my jab can't reach. Even when I'm the taller fighter with a longer reach, it's insane. Yeah, that is insane.
So that's what I was saying. Like it seems like that arm it just extends out, man. But I can't say is the extension based on the arm the actual how many inches the reach of this guy, or is the animation breaking and it's stretching beyond? That's what I don't know. To me, it feels like it's
Yeah,
stretching beyond.
yeah, it look like it's like doing something that's not realistic. Like his if he got long arms and it should be able to stretch a certain length without like the animation like breaking, like you were saying.
It's Paul. When I get some time, I'll get you a screenshot. I'll see if I can make it over. Wilder's the perfect example where this overstretches.
That they did it on somebody like Wilder. He already got long arms. Compound said, "I
That's why
wonder if they,
that's why a lot of the meta players, especially when the game first came out, like from one point, let's just say from 1.0 to 1.5 or 1.4, a lot of them are picking Wilder for that being able to use that exploit.
that you said you they build the engine using UF. I mean, hold up. I wonder if making a complete 3D engine from scratch would be better for SEI than using UF's. I mean, Unreal Engine 5.
Yes.
But
Anytime you make
making
your
an
own engine,
engine,
yes.
yeah, making a engine would take tons of money. They could get it. See, my thing is with Still City, why didn't they link up with Turkey Al Sheikh other than the having him promote the game or advertise the game? They went with the people, the three investors in England. They don't have Turkey money. Turkey would have been able. They would have been able to do more things than they have. They could have more developers than they have. But their thing is they want to keep everything localized. SCI
Yo,
needs
pound
a
for
whole new developer team. They sure do. And I heard they're supposed to be firing people and replacing them. Cause I see them they're hiring Unity. I mean Unreal Engine developers. So that means a couple of people going. I don't think Aimbot going anywhere because he been there forever.
Yo, pound for pound, making a complete 3D engine from scratch would be better for any company. It is for any company. Think about like this: the best baseball game on the market was made by San Diego Studios. They built their own engine. That is the best game, right? Best baseball game of all time right now. They've been using that same engine for over 13 plus years. They just keep on. They own it, so they keep on making additions. They know how to make. They know how
Yeah.
to use the engine. It's theirs, right? Think about this. What basketball game is there out there that? How come there hasn't been a basketball game that could compete with 2K or even NBA Live? That was how come they're not building it on Unreal Engine? They'll never be able to compete. You could make stuff on Unreal, but if you're doing it on your own
He's
engine, everything, it's a different level of customization at that point.
yeah. Um boxing champion said, bro, SCI should not be even attempting to make their own engine. Turkey got money, but he doesn't just give it away for no reason. SCI would have had to demonstrate they're serious. They were serious in the beginning when he was talking to Turkey. Turkey thought, I got the video. Turkey thought he was going to be a part of the game. He thought he was going to be like an investor or whatever because he's saying, we got a boxing game that's going to be better than Fight Night Champion. Turkey was
Yeah.
saying like he was part of the team. Like,
Yeah, all jokes aside, Turkey is part. He is part of the game. He's when you win undisputed, he presents you the belt. They have him in the cutscene presenting the belt to you. So he's in the game.
yeah, to
I
make
think
them
he's
feel
also wearing
good.
flip flops or sandals too in the game, which is funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the thing is, they could have had money. Turkey wanted to invest in the game, but them other guys pushed them out. I don't see how. They're millionaires. He's a billionaire. 2K made the best football engine ever.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yup. NFL 2K then improved. See, what happened was with 2K, they pushed EA to do better. But when it came to football and basketball, they didn't want to go there because EA, even though 2K was selling good, they still got in their mind they have a plan set up that all our games are going to be hybrid. Even Mike Wayne said it. They wanted the games to remain hybrids. Make your own engines focus for what you want to make it superior. Yeah, kind of. I see. I gotta do my research on that.
But here's the
Kind of,
thing:
because
for them to make their own engine, they're not, and for sure they ain't doing it because they're hiring all these Unreal Engine developers this and that. But the thing is,
yeah,
when you want to make your own engine, you got to go with the system level languages now. You got to get the what do you call it? I can't, what language? C language, C sharp. Now we're talking about like
C plus.
the like the system level languages. You gotta have you gotta have a top team to do that, man. I figure all the top guys are probably working with EA anyways.
And I think just for the system, it's going to take like probably a whole year or more.
I think
So
more
that's
than a
going
year,
to
man.
stack.
I
So
think
that
it's very yeah, like that's a big undertaking, man. Those kind of the make a gaming engine.
yeah, so that's going to stack up to development. So that means we're going to like almost hit almost on 2030.
The fact is this: the reason why we have Unity and Unreal is to cut the cost down, to make it more accessible for the people who have lower budgets that they could try to develop a game. That was the whole reason for it.
But I think that was just the what's called that was the investors. They were being cheap. I don't think it was actually them trying to be cheap. It was the investors.
What Well, the thing is, if it was a matter, Ash already had the prototype. I figured they had some kind of prototype, the ones we saw, right? That's what
Yeah.
That's where they're taking to investors. But yeah, for them to do it from a game engine, man, you need a big ass team. You can't be an indie developer at that point. Think about this. Hey, up till what point was EA an indie developer?
Never. I never heard of them being an indie developer.
From history, then never.
I never heard of them being that. Nope.
That's the truth too. When you think about all the original developers like Acclaim, EA, Sierra Designs, or Sierra, I think it was called. Like all these names from them. I'm back. I don't think back in the day there was such thing as an indie a label as an indie developer.
Nope. I didn't really hear it. Let me see. I'm trying to see how long would it take for a game company to build their own engine.
I want to say that's a 5-year project.
Oh, it's saying it's not. Hold up. They say anywhere from 12 to 24 months,
Damn, that's
but
weird.
it said 12 to 24 months, small, tight scope engine built by 10 to 20 seniors. 5 to 7 years for a full-featured, multi-platform AAA engine with tools, networks, and live ops. Man, 5
So,
to 7 years.
so I wasn't far off then.
Nah, God, dog.
That's what I'm
Nah,
saying, man. There's a
they
reason
don't
why
sleep
why
on real.
there's a reason why those private investors from Saudi bought EA, man. It's that tech they got.
Yeah, they already got it made, so they ain't got to invest in like building another engine.
And it's proprietary. That means you're not.
Yeah,
That means that you don't have to worry about anybody else using Unreal Engine to compete against you because Unreal Engine is like an open license.
yeah.
Same thing with Unity.
Just one is more expensive than the other. Yeah. So I don't know. I think they. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. They are literally incapable of a project of that magnitude. They are. They really are. Yeah, the 12 to 24 months one. That's the one that they can do. That's indie company version. But they want the AAA version. That's 5 to 7 years. Each Fight Night game had its own separate engine. Mm, Knockout Kings, they had the same engine. Then I think two. Let me see. No, the engine changed like 2 or 3 times with the Fight Night series.
I'm trying to see which engine they use for the Fight Night.
Cause I remember I looked that up. I forgot who I was looking it up for, but um yeah, I know Knockout Kings had his own engine, and then they changed it like 2 or 3 times when they changed went with the Fight Night. Cause you could kind of tell that the engine changed because of the way the characters start looking. Had different looks to them. They had a different
Yeah, yeah.
everything seemed different.
The glass looked different. Started to get more glossy too.
Yeah. I still say when Steel City keeps saying that the um the video that we saw that looked realistic, that looked great, everybody that got them the million views, they saying that was Unity. I don't think so. It was too much going on. People sweating. You see the sweat coming off of the boxers and stuff. They was, I don't want to describe them because it sounds weird to me. But it has so many realistic things to the game. So it seemed like that was Unreal Engine. I mean, yeah, Unreal Engine. It didn't seem like it was Unity. It
There
was
we
like,
go. I found it. So the Fight Night series was on the Ignite engine. At the time, Ignite engine was the engine they were using for all the sports games. And then after
yeah,
Ignite, that's when they went to Frostbite. But the jump from Ignite to Frostbite, it's an upgrade. Then what's the word? I can't even say where
yeah,
integration, not integration. Iteration. It's an iteration. It just like going back to your saying, Poe. They every 2 years or so they're gonna add. You know what I mean? They're adding more and more until they build up to the next until they get it to that final state kind of thing, right? But Ignite,
yeah,
that's the engine that was it. And I think prior to the Fight Night series, when there were Knockout Kings, that had to be a completely different engine at that time.
yeah,
Because look at the
yeah,
difference in game, like how the game turned out after.
yeah. Look like this. It changed a little bit in the Knockout Kings because like the graphics like changed a couple, but that still could have been the engine. You can still change graphics on an engine.
Yo, Mike Adam, you said you wish to remaster the Fight Night Champion. So the bootleg version's coming out on Christmas Day. There's the bootleg version where they took the PS3 and they did the PS3 mod. And who are those guys? Are that they updated all the characters, give it some graphics, but they don't know how to change the animation or anything. But the only thing is, to play that game, it's only going to be parsec if you want to play online. But one thing I was reading somewhere, I haven't played Champion in a while, but in Champion, all the punch animations are the same, aren't they?
Yep. It's
That's the
not
big thing that
nothing.
people.
It's nothing unique about the punch sets.
Right. So that's one thing that when we're talking about, I guess the evolution of boxing game, I think Steel City brought that into the boxing. Like you're getting individual motion captures then for the punches.
Yeah, my thing with what's called Fight Night. Why do you do motion capture and then like it seemed like all the boxes almost fight alike, almost.
Because everyone's using meta tactics to fight to beat the game. So everyone's gonna use eventually out of desperation. Everybody fights the same, I guess.
Yeah, Fight Night round 3, round
If
4,
it
and
was,
champion
let's see
also
here.
very different. He said you read
You
that
said it wasn't
they
Ignite.
could.
So if it wasn't Ignite, because Ignite was PS4. Okay. So wait, the Xbox One, PS4. So it has to be before Ignite then. Let me see. Because Ignite would have been on PS3, not PS3. It would have been the engine on PS3 then. I can't figure out what was the predecessor of Ignite, but Ignite was released in fall 2013. Fight Night Champion came out when?
What 2010?
Fight Night Champion came out in 2011. Ignite
Oh,
Engine
20.
came out in fall of 2013. Okay, so it has to be. So then, yeah, it has to be something before that. But it has to still be proprietary because at that time, I don't think there was no Unreal Engine and shit long ago.
No,
Let me see what year Unreal came out.
technically the same punch animation could be thrown by everyone. But the thing is, there were like 3 times as many punches.
Unreal Engine came out in 1995, but let me see, 95. I'm 100%. They never used Unreal Engine for any for that time for any of the EA Sports
No,
games.
I never heard of it. I used to be in their ear all the time.
But what the hell did they use for Fight Night?
I forgot when they started building their own engines. Because Ignite is their engine. Frostbite is their engine.
Would have been
Be back.
the only thing I've seen about it prior to Ignite. All they're saying is that there was a proprietary engine, likely the original version, which would later be known as Ignite Engine. So maybe once it got branded as they finally give it a name and called it Ignite, but so it probably has its origins from there. But definitely it was made on a proprietary engine. Yeah. Fight Night was in 2011, and the Ignite came out in 2013. But what I'm saying is what I'm researching off the internet is saying that before it got got branded as the Ignite engine, that's what Fight Night Champions would have been developed on. So most likely it's the Ignite engine in its earliest forms then, or first or a previous version then before they actually started calling it Ignite. Because when you look at it, we know of Frostbite, we know of Ignite. I wonder what came after Frostbite. Wait, let me see. Or Frostbite's their current. It's still their current. But prior to Ignite, I cannot find any information. What did EA used to call the proprietary? Like, what was the name of the proprietary engines? I can't see anything before they started branding it with Ignite. Definitely. Oh, yeah. If Fight Night Champ, if they were to come out with a Fight Night Champ, they have to develop it on Frostbite, whatever Frostbite, the current version of Frostbite for sure. But you know what, man? When you think about it, the more and more you look at it, the chances of EA doing it, I don't know. I can't see them doing it because if the economy is so bad right now, they would have done it already. Well, that's just an excuse for not. Uh,
Yeah,
the thing with the economy is just an excuse that I would give them.
definitely will be an excuse they'll use. That we got 83 views. Um, I'm about to sign off. So I can eat. I miss
Yeah.
my walking time. um, you got anything you want to say to everybody? Anybody?
Fuck. Don't say it in the Discord, man. Make all your complaints about the bugs and all the issues with the game. Take it to Twitter, take it to X, take it to places where you could see publicly when people do searches. It won't be hidden inside a Discord where they could just ban voices and and censor what they want. Put it up on the internet on public microblog sites so that people could use hashtags, search it, and find out what's wrong and let it be out there. I think that's the thing. Put the pressure on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all for coming to the show. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna try to keep up with my midweek follow up. But until the next show, peace. Yeah, share this on y'all Twitter, on your social media accounts too. All right, signing off. I'm about to go eat.